Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to Ye Olde Weekly Home Fragrance Roundup, the video that Alf and I, my trusty assistant here, like to bring you most Saturdays, where we share all of the home fragrance that we were enjoying around the house over the course of the past week. So if you are new here, this is Alf. He is my trusty assistant, my sidekick, my bestie, if you will. He is a little black pug, and he is, I don't know, he's just always a part of these videos. So please enjoy all of the snorts and snores and whatever other noises he has in store for the next 20 to 30 minutes. I like to say, please enjoy the free pug ASMR. Anyway, you guys, happy Saturday. Hope you're having a really great weekend. So first of all, in this video, thank you guys so much for all of your excitement this week, all of your kind words, all of your just encouragement and your positivity. Like, you totally made my week. So if you're new here, I had a collab candle launch at Kringle Candle this past Monday. There was a little bit of, I guess, drama, or just like the release didn't go quite as smooth as I anticipated that it would, which it's fine. It's all working out the way that it is supposed to, right? But yeah, so my candle launched on Monday. I didn't know that it had been placed on the website. I actually thought it was going to be launching on Thursday when the new winter releases, which, by the way, I have all three. And in tomorrow's video, I'm going to go all through the three with you guys and just give you some first sniff impressions. But I'm going to start to light those up after we're finished with this video here today, so that I can also review them in depth for you. But I think the first impression videos are kind of fun sometimes. But anyway, I had thought that my candle was going to launch alongside those. So the IT department unfortunately kind of slipped it onto the website, probably not realizing that people might by chance be looking for it. And people were looking for it, and they found it. You guys found it before I did. I had no idea. I wasn't really on Instagram much on Monday. I was kind of busy with some work stuff. And so in the evening, when I was sitting in my sweet minivan outside of Stella's soccer practice, I was going through my Instagram DMs because I had some free time, and yeah, I started seeing your messages that, like, you'd already purchased the candle and how excited you were, and I was like, you did what? It's on there? What? I had no idea. Absolutely no idea. And so I immediately tried to get on my YouTube app on my phone and do a post on my community tab. But the YouTube Studio app does not have an option for me to update the community tab, which I had no idea. Like, I wasn't able to do so. That was kind of eye-opening for me. But then I had to wait basically until Stella was done with soccer practice to put a notice out on my community tab. So, and soccer practice is over at 7:20. So got home kind of late, and you know, immediately tried to like get the word out to you guys as fast as possible, because it really was my greatest hope that I would be able to let my subscribers know first, since you guys are the ones that have been so encouraging and so positive and just so excited about this project. I think the most disappointing thing about the whole situation was that a lot of you guys didn't know it had launched and you didn't get a chance to get it. And that bums me out. Like, that makes me really sad. And I was really, like, it bummed me out to read through those comments from those of you who were just like, ugh, like, I had no idea. And, you know, like, why didn't we know? And like, really, truly, like, I think it was just some bad communication. Obviously it was bad communication. And, you know, it just resulted in things happening a lot faster than I think anyone expected them to. So, Kringle really truly poured what they thought would, like, basically last through December. Like, they poured what they thought would sell. and it just went very, very quickly. Now, I'm not delusional. Not everyone who purchased the candle purchased it because like it was, you know, my collab project with Kringle. They just saw that there was a pomander candle for sale, and I think a lot of people are looking for that type of scent, especially this time of year. And so I think just the scent profile in general appealed to a lot of people, which makes me happy. I do have some good news about that, but we'll get to that here in a second. So but yeah, anyway, so everything just moved very quickly, and I wasn't able to notify you guys the way that I wanted to, and that really bummed me out. Please do accept my apologies around that. I should have obviously been a little bit more proactive about, you know, checking in about the release. I was checking in about it fairly frequently, believe me, because it really was important for me to let you guys know first. So please do accept my apologies about that. The good news is that Kringle did end up doing another run. They found another spool of the labels. So they had like another spool of like 160 labels, and so they are actually running those through the machine today as I'm filming this, and they released those on the website for sale. So it's sold out again. So that run is now done. I know that Mick said he was going to pour more. I need to check in with him to see if that more meant the 160 that they just ran, or whether that means that they will pour more despite basically Christmas being right around the corner, which is crazy. I do think this particular scent, if I do say so myself, would be a great wintertime fragrance as well. I know there's also just not, you know, there's a lot of people out there who are not seasonal burners like I am. So yeah, I don't know. I will double check on that, and I will let you guys know if they plan on making another run at this point, even though the holidays are right around the corner, or if they're going to wait until next year, because here's the best news. And I have this in writing. I screenshotted it, so I'm going to hold Kringle to it, but I was having just a little side conversation with Mick, and he said that this was definitely a fragrance that they were going to keep in the holiday lineup, and that they would be, quote, making it for years to come. So the very best news here is that if you don't want to purchase, like if they happen to release another round, you know, now, but you're not into it because the holidays are over, know that you'll be able to purchase it next holiday season. And because we now know a year in advance that it has a pretty decent reception, that means that, one, they know to order the supplies now to basically have them for that point. And it's just going to stay in the lineup. So we will be able to get the vintage pomander next holiday season as well. I'm really excited about this project. It was a real honor to be able to do this, and it truly meant the world to me that one, I was even offered the opportunity, and that you guys were so supportive about it. Like, that part of it just, like, it really, honestly, like, it made me teary, like, some of your guys' messages, like, just so sweet. And I hope that you love it. You know, for me, it is a project that kind of revolved around some of my core childhood memories. And my hope is that, you know, like, because scent is so closely associated with memories, that, like, you have, you know, a positive holiday season this year. And maybe if that fragrance is in the background, it just kind of helps to bind all those memories together. And in future years, as you're burning the vintage pomander, that you remember, you know, Christmas 2023 fondly. So yeah, so thank you again to everybody for this amazing opportunity, and just the fact that you were excited about it for me, like, that means the world to me. So just know from the bottom of my heart that I appreciate you, and that I'm really sorry if you weren't able to get your hands on it this go around. But I promise you more is to come. And since we have it in writing, next holiday season, if we don't see vintage pomander in a timely manner, we can all send Kringle a friendly email saying, hey, where's the candle? So yeah, and again, a big thanks to Kringle for this whole, like, opportunity. It was wonderful. And yeah, so All right, wow, sorry. I wanted to get all that out because I really truly wanted to impress upon you how grateful I am. I can't even put it into words. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And without further ado, let's actually now get into ye old weekly home fragrance roundup. So as always, I'm gonna be sharing everything that I burned and melted this week. We'll talk crocs, we'll talk lamps, and with all that, the description box is going to be a plethora of information. So there's links down there to some videos that might be of interest to you. If you don't know what a candle crock is, if you don't know what a candle lamp is, you might want to check out my video on that. There's ideas of what to do with your leftover wax. There's, what else is down there? Oh, links to all the things that I'm sharing here. Discount codes if you want to save some money either at Kringle or Homeworx. By the way, thank you if you used my discount code with my candle release. I really do appreciate that. But yeah, those affiliate discount codes are in the description box down below. Yeah, sales, whatever sales are happening this weekend. Yeah. Anyway, check that out if you're curious. And without further ado, let's get started with what's currently burning in the house. I'm actually not burning my candle right now. It's kind of early in the day. I filmed this video on Friday, so it's kind of early in the day. So I decided to start out with, it's over there on that end table, but I have my Bath & Body Works Vanilla Balsam, which honestly, I did not hit up any of the Bath & Body Works sales this year. I didn't even hit up Candle Day, but luckily I still had a bunch of vanilla balsams left over from previous years. So I finally decided to bust one of those out, and I love it. That is such a great scent. Vanilla and balsam just belong together. Honestly, vanilla and tree scents in general, at least in my head, they should just always be together because it just kind of softens maybe what can be like the astringent nature of certain tree scents. So I think it's a great combo. But anyway, love that candle. In the family room, we have LAFCO's Hazelnut Torrone, which is, it's still tunneling. I could not get it to correct itself. Now, the wick on that one is not quite as off center as it was on my Spiced Pomander, but I will say that despite that, it is still tunneling like a beast, which is super frustrating just because of how expensive the LAFCO candles are. That being said, they have a pretty decent strength and throw for being like a one wick, and that Hazelnut Torrone is just a great scent. That was a limited edition holiday scent last year. They didn't bring that back this year from what I could tell, but yeah, so that's going in there. And then in the kitchen, actually I have 3 candles burning right now. That's unusual for me. Typically I will do 2 candles at a time downstairs. That's normally plenty to like fill up the bulk of the downstairs, at least in terms of like fragrance. So anyway, in the kitchen is Homeworx Holiday, is it Holiday Wishes? I think it's Holiday Wishes. It's also a like pomander-esque type of scent, so I can't believe that I've never reviewed it. I looked through my candle reviews just really quickly the other day, and I don't think that I've reviewed Holiday Wishes from Homeworx, so look for that to be reviewed next week finally. That scent has been out for a few years from Homeworx, so my bad for like totally missing the boat on that one, but it is a really lovely scent. I'm enjoying it for sure. So that's what's currently going in terms of candles that are burning. We'll talk about what I have in my Scentsy warmers. There's actually one behind my head here. We'll talk about the Scentsy fragrance that's going here towards the end of the video. And then in my one candle crock, because I've still been a little bit lazy about using my crocs. So the first part of the week I had the LAFCO Spiced Pomander, the one that tunneled like crazy. I burned it down to the bottom, and then there was still a massive chunk of wax like on the side of the jar, and I decided to put it into my crock. I actually put it in there kind of late last week. It was after I filmed my weekly home fragrance roundup. So basically after that video, I burned it, the last little bit of it, and then popped it in the crock, and I got a few days of really great fragrance out of it. But then it started to turn a little funky once all of like, I feel like once the citrus oils dissipated from the wax, I was just left with the more like with the clove basically is what I was left with, and it just was like a little harsh. So I did end up turning it off on, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I turned the crock off, took that candle out, poured off the wax. I'm currently cleaning the container. It's still sitting in my kitchen sink because I'm gonna reuse it. It's a beautiful container. And then I ended up putting in sugared apple from Yankee Candle. Now I still had this sugared apple left over from, I think it was a 2012 pour. So, and I bought it right around that time as well. And it's the paraffin formulation from Yankee, and like I could barely smell it. This has always kind of been my beef with paraffin, is that I don't think that it has the best strength and throw. I know there are other people out there who swear the exact opposite, but in my experience, paraffin just isn't the best in terms of giving me the type of strength and throw that I'm looking for. So it was quite light. No matter where I put it in the downstairs, it was just really, really light. And it's a great scent, and I think it's a returning favorite this year from Yankee. Anyway, I put it in the candle crock, and it's working a lot better in the candle crock. So I'm loving it in there, and I know that I'll get at least like probably 2 weeks of fragrance out of that sugared apple, because the jar was still quite full. I had burned it maybe like not even a quarter of the way, like before I popped it in there. Not using any of the Crocs upstairs. In my office next door, I have Snow-Tipped Pine from Homeworx underneath that candle lamp. And then I don't have any of my other candle lamps turned on. So I've just been a little bit lazy about it, and it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm burning candles, so I don't know. I've plenty of home fragrance. Let's talk about some of the things that I finished this week, and then we'll get into some of the other candles that I was burning as well. So I did finish Over the River and Through the Woods. I swear to you, I felt like this candle was taking an eternity to finish. I don't know what it was, but it just kept burning and burning and burning. Now, I wasn't entirely mad at that because I really happen to like Over the River and Through the Woods. It's kind of a nice, like nutmeggy gourmand. And this was out a few years ago, and it had come back for Christmas in July. I was really excited that it did because I originally loved the scent, and I loved the like repackage of it as well. I hope it's a fragrance that sticks around. I would absolutely pick this up again next year. It is such a great scent. Let me know how you feel about that one. There are some people that did not like it at all, but I really liked it. Okay, this is just a small candle that I received in just a little gift basket, but I was burning this in our downstairs powder room. I was also burning the Voluspa Gilt Pomander and Hinoki in there this week. Oh, God, I love this jar. It's so beautiful. So yeah, I was burning this, but then I decided to pop this into the bathroom. This is the I think it's Calyan, C-A-L-Y-A-N, Calyan Wax Company, Oak Moss and Amber Soy Candle. This was quite lovely. I really like this scent. Again, this just came in like a little gift basket that I received, and I really liked it. Had a nice clean burn. I mean, look at that wax. It's like really, really clean. So I might be interested in checking out more from this Calyan Wax Company, some of their other scents. But I was really kind of surprised that I like this scent because Oak Moss isn't really a fragrance note that I typically like look for. It's not in my usual wheelhouse. But I think it's, ooh, did I get something on my nose here? I think it's the amber here that I really love. This has a beautiful amber note, like a really nice, like warm, like seductive type of amber. This is delightful. Enjoy that. I finished my Nest required holiday duo. So Holiday and Birchwood Pine are my two Nest must-have fragrances every single holiday season. They have been for years. I typically go with the One Wicks because I find a better performance out of the One Wicks. For whatever reason, the Nest 3-wick candles just always kind of get dirty on me. Now I do have I do have a 3-wick of Nest Birchwood Pine, which I'm actually going to be bringing down We'll see how long it takes for that one to get kind of dirty, but I will show you over the next couple of weeks in my weekly home fragrance roundup what I'm talking about with the Nest candles kind of getting dirty. And it's every single time, which is really frustrating because I don't deal with that with the One Wicks. So anyway, I love these two fragrances. If you are in the market, Sephora does have this as a duo. That's actually where this particular set came from. I bought it during the Sephora 20% off sale, or like their fall savings event that they had back in November. So I also bought this during that sale. Oh my gosh, I have just fallen so in love with this Voluspa Noble Fir Garland. You guys know that I bought the 5-wick hearth size, which I'm not dragging into these videos because I have it in my Chester Hurricane on my kitchen counter, and that thing weighs like, I swear it weighs 20 pounds. It is massive, and it's such a beautiful, perfect burning candle, just like the 3-wick is. Here's my thing with Voluspa too. Their 1 wicks, I don't get much from these at all, but they're 3 wicks and up, like that's where it's at for me with Voluspa. So that kind of sucks because the higher you go up in wick count, the more that you are paying for Voluspa candles, and they're not cheap. The 5 wicks they're pricey. Now, the only reason that I bought the Noble Fir Garland in the 5-wick is because, one, it's an incredible scent and they better bring it back next year. But 2, it's the vessel, and it was on sale. It was on sale. I bought it at Bloomingdale's. They had it on sale for like 25% off, and then Rakuten had like either 11 or 12% cash back. So I got it for about what I paid for my Candleberry cookie jar, and so I figured if I paid for that cookie jar, then I can also pay for that giant Voluspa candle this year. So anyway, this scent, if you've never tried it, it's starting to sell out everywhere, at least where you can get it on some kind of discount. Unfortunately, it's already gone mostly from Bloomingdale's, I think. But if she goes on sale after Christmas at Voluspa, I would get more. That's how much I love it. Not that I would burn it after Christmas. It would totally just be sitting around until next Christmas. All right, what else did I, actually, let's go with what else I finished this week, because I never finished that pile. I have different piles of candles around me just so I know like kind of what order I need to move in, but clearly I'm not following my own rules. Okay, I did finish these 2 this week. These were 3-wick soys from Kringle, obviously. So the Kringle Reindeer Beer in the 3-wick, my daughter loves this scent. I'm not a big root beer person, so this scent was not in my wheelhouse, but whenever she was wanting it, we lit reindeer beer up for Stella. So finished that. I do still have it in the 2-wick, and I told her whenever she wants to smell it, we'll light it up for her. And then Winter Woods. Now this one is also not in my wheelhouse. It's a very, very fresh scent. I think it's actually, if I were a fresh lover, like a fresh fragrance lover, I would totally go for this one in January. Great transition scent, I feel like, but it doesn't really smell like the holidays to me. Now, I did put this in our master bath, and I really actually enjoyed it in there because it does smell like such a clean, fresh scent. I think it makes sense in a bathroom for me personally, but I wouldn't burn something like this in other areas of the house. But anyway, good, clean burn, just like usual with, did I show you guys the inside of this one? Yeah. Nice, clean burn. It's the soy formula from Kringle, so it's a great formula. I love it. It's nice and clean burning. Also, I was burning vintage pomander this week. So I have another one behind me here. So when I burn the vintage pomander, I do 2 at a time because I want this to like envelop my entire house when I am choosing to burn this. The strength and throw of this is great on its own. I do still think that I want to do like my usual like in-depth review. I have the video that I put up on Tuesday about the story behind this candle, but I kind of want to do like my own like regular review anyway. So maybe I'll still do that next week. Please don't laugh at me doing that. But it's just a fun like little like for posterity, like I get to review my own candle. But anyway, loving this one. I do want to remind you guys that She's so juicy. The focus really is more on the orange than the clove here. That was my personal preference for the fragrance. So if you're not a huge clove lover, you might actually like this. But for the first few burns, and you can kind of see on this one still, do you see how long those wicks are? For the first few burns, you're gonna see some wicked mushroom tops because I went with a wick size that I really think helped to amplify the strength and the throw a little bit, but it does burn quite hot because of that. So you're gonna get bigger mushroom tops. Limit your first few burns to maybe about like 3-4 hours. Extinguish it, trim those wicks, and then, you know, have another go at it. But eventually because I've been through one entire candle at this point, from just like testing it, eventually the mushroom tops do kind of slow down a little bit as you get a little further down in the candle. So, but anyway, there's just a little tip for you. She burns hot, and that is for a reason. But that's my favorite pomander ever. Did I just spit on my dog? I did. Sorry, dog. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so Cinnamon Peach Latte. I reviewed this one from Homeworx this week. When I first received this one was a PR package for me. So when I first got it, I was like, I don't know about this. I just don't think that peach and latte belong together at all. But what I think Harry is mostly referring to here is like when he talks about latte, I think he talks mostly about like that frothy foam at the top of the latte, not so much this being like a coffee scent, because it's not a coffee scent. There's no coffee note in here. It's cinnamon, peach, and like a creamy, frothy, milky type scent. It's actually quite enjoyable. I like it. It's basically peach for the winter season, which is interesting. For me, peach really does belong in the summer, but like when it's blended in a formula like this, I think it can make sense during different months of the year. But yeah, at first I was a little iffy on this one, but sometimes Harry does that where I will read some of the fragrance notes before I actually have a chance to smell the candles, and I'm just like, I just don't know about that. But usually it ends up working. There's a few times where I've been like, yep, nope, doesn't work for me. But that one, it does work for me. So if you're curious about it and you normally like a lot of the same things that I do, I think you're gonna like that one. So I think it's worth a try. This is one of my holy grails for the holidays from Homeworx. So I'm glad that I had one left over from, what year was this? 2021. Bought this one in 2021. Still working my way through my backlog stash of Homeworx candles. I will forever be doing that. Oh, it's so good. This is just a really lovely cranberry. It's not overly sweet. There's cranberry in here. There's fir needle, there's balsam, and there's musk. Ignore the musk part. It's mostly the cranberries and definitely a cooler cranberry note. And then a nice warm fir and a nice warm balsam. It's just a really nicely balanced candle. Perfect amount of tree, perfect amount of cranberry. It is the holidays in a jar, like in a lot of ways. I love cranberries during the holidays. In fact, we're doing turkey again for Christmas because I'm not a big ham person. Do you like ham or do you like turkey at Christmas? Also, Craig and I just learned how to smoke turkeys, and let me tell you, I'm on a smoking mission right now. Craig received a smoker when he graduated from college many years ago. I actually remember when he opened it at his graduation party, and I was just like, what is that? And he was like, it's a smoker for my uncle. And I was like, do you smoke things? Like, I mean, Craig and I had known each other for a few years by that point. But I'd never known him to like smoke meats. So he was like, no, I've never smoked anything, but I guess we can start smoking some things. So we started smoking salmon together. And if I do say so myself, we make a pretty mean smoked salmon. We actually have some salmon in the fridge that I need to brine up. Some silver salmon. Ooh, so good. So excited about this salmon. But anyway, let me know if you are team turkey or ham. Sorry about that little sidetrack. Also, I'm gonna get cut off here in a second, so we're just gonna preempt this. All right, And we're back. Sorry. When I talk too long, my camera just like shuts off, and then sometimes I just keep talking without realizing that it has shut off, and then it just makes it weird because I'm like, where did I leave off? Anyway, let's keep going. Father Christmas. All right, so I burned this a few times this week, so I'm officially at the halfway point now. Father Christmas is one of those scents that like really in like, you know, like my usual like preferences like would not place this there at all, because it has like a leatheriness to it and it's quite masculine in its presentation. But I like this scent. I don't know what it is about it, but Father Christmas just kind of speaks to me. It's very almost, yeah, it smells like a nice leather couch in a mahogany walled library. Like that's what this smells. It's very kind of earthy, leathery, woody. I get like kind of like a hearth type vibe from this as well. I just really like this. I think it's interesting. And normally I would not like stuff like this at all. And we can all thank my nose preference changes, my changes in my preferences, if you will. I think we can blame that on my hormones changing, because I have no other explanation for it. I normally don't like stuff like that at all, but I really like that scent. That's good. I didn't really care for this one. 'Tis the Season. Now, I know a lot of people really like 'Tis the Season, and in fact, it's sold out in the large, and I think also in the medium jar. This is a lot of lavender, and once again, one of the things that I don't really enjoy personally is lavender. This is very lavender heavy to my nose. So if you love lavender, this is so far up your alley that like, it's in your house. Just, if you like this, I think the daylights are left, and I think the wax melts are left. But again, I think this would be a better transition scent in my eyes than it is a holiday scent. But I would love your guys' take on whether you think lavender is appropriate during the holidays. Again, there's so many people out there who are just like, I am not a seasonal burner. I will burn whatever I want, whenever I want it. But for me, I don't know, I've always just had that rule in my head, like, lavender just doesn't belong at Christmas. Maybe it does. I will say that peppermint hot cocos do belong at Christmas for sure. In fact, Stella and I are getting some Starbies this weekend. We're having a girl date, and I know this is what she's gonna ask for at Starbucks, is a peppermint hot chocolate. She loves this candle. This is, again, one of my daughter's favorite scents. It's quite strong, you guys. If you are looking for a very strong performer from the country candle line for the holidays this year, let me introduce you to my friend Peppermint and Cocoa. She's gonna be your bestie for sure. Okay, and I finished this. I did not want to finish this because I ended up missing out on the restock. I waited too long to place my order and it was removed from my cart. Lesson learned there. If you have something in your cart at Kringle that goes quickly, you're gonna lose it. Because they're gonna snatch it right on out of there and let someone else buy it who is ready to check out. So my bad. But I finished my beloved Christmas lights, and this is another one where this is, I think, one of the best Christmas tree scents that Kringle has ever put out, alongside Christmas and Christmas Stroll and Snow-Capped Fraser. This just belongs in that lineup of incredible holiday tree scents. I am convinced now that I feel like for me, Homeworx does the best gourmands, and I feel like Kringle for me does like the best holiday tree scents. There's like every company kind of like I feel like excels at maybe in like a key area, and I do think that as far as Christmas fragrances go, Kringle does a pretty darn good job. There's the one-off like 'Tis the Season where I'm like, I'm not sure that I would put this in Christmas, but I mean, you know, just because it's not Christmas to me doesn't mean it's Christmas. It's not Christmas for someone else, but yeah. Ooh, my foot is so asleep, buddy. Can we readjust just really quickly? All right, there we go. Sorry. Okay, so very quickly, let's go through some Scentsy. I started the week with more of my very snowy spruce and sugar cookie combo. So this was what I had in my warmers at the beginning of the week. If you're not familiar, this is a great combination. Again, like I said, a vanilla and a tree scent in my world just belong together. And sugar cookie for me is just a really nice like vanilla sugar cookie scent. But that combination is great. If you happen to have vanilla bean buttercream, try that with Very Snowy Spruce. If you have Happy Birthday, try Happy Birthday with Very Snowy Spruce. In fact, I kind of feel like maybe that's what I'll do the week of Christmas is Happy Birthday and Very Snowy Spruce. I think that's gonna make me really happy. So that's a great combination, but just Very Snowy Spruce with basically any vanilla you have, give it a go. I think you're gonna love it. I love it. It makes me happy. But when I changed my wax out at the midweek point, I changed it to the following. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Okay, so, and right now I have a couple of warmers turned off. I don't know why I never turned them back on. I think it's because it's kind of a pain in the butt to like reach behind the buffet in the dining room to turn those two on. I should just leave them on. Anyway, Frosted Cedar. Okay, Frosted Cedar, I'm not 100% in love with Frosted Cedar because it does have that woody cedar note for sure, but it also has this kind of strange sweet perfuminess to the fragrance. Yeah, there's like a musky, sweet perfuminess alongside the cedar note here, which really doesn't do it for me on cold sniff at all. Although I will say, I have it going behind me here. I like it a lot better when it's warming. So if you're unsure about it on like cold sniff, try warming it. It does make it smell a little bit warmer and cozier in a way. But I would not repurchase Frosted Cedar myself. Feeling Pine. Okay, I've had Feeling Pine before, and I feel like in the past I liked it a lot more. I kind of smell cat pee in here, and I'm not normally one to smell cat pee and tree scents, but for whatever reason, this version of Feelin' Pine definitely gives me the cat pee vibes on cold sniff. Not so much when it's warming. Again, it goes away a little more, but if I'm really sticking my nose over those warmers where this is in, I still kind of catch the whiff of pee. And it's specifically cat pee. It's not dog pee. I've had cats and I've had dogs. There's a difference in their urine, for sure. And yeah, it's cat pee. It's weird. And I don't normally smell that. So something's off there is the moral of that story. Now, I really love this Fall in Love scent. This is another tree fragrance from Scentsy for the holidays. This one also does have just a touch of like perfuminess to it, and it's sweet, but it has a different perfuminess than the other one. I can't really quite put my word on it. And I feel like this one is missing that musk, which maybe is helping to throw off the Frosted Cedar for me also. But I like this one. Fall in Love is delightful. I've also had this one in the past. I actually thought at one point I was going to put it in my club, but then I was like, no, this isn't really club worthy for me. But yeah, it is enjoyable. So I only have this in one of my warmers and then one of my like little like wall plug-in warmers as well. So I still have a few more uses out of this, so you'll probably see this in next week's video. But that's it, you guys. That's everything that I was burning and melting this week. Yeah. Once again, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting me and being kind to me and encouraging me, even though you don't know me. That's the whole crazy thing about this is like, I mean, you guys know me like, you know, through like being subscribed to my channel, but you know, like, you know, you never really know someone from the internet, right? But for you just to have any ounce of kindness towards me because you feel a connection with me for whatever reason, just, it means a lot to me. So thank you so much for that. It really means the world to me. I am still trying to like get back to everyone who sent me sweet messages. I'm gonna try to work on that this weekend because I really do want to let you all know how grateful I am. So if you're new here, I would love it if you would take the time to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm gods, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.